St. Agnes High School stood at the edge of town, its imposing facade watching over generations of students. The aging bricks, weathered by time, held the echoes of laughter, learning, and the indelible mark of countless footsteps. But within its halls, a darkness lurked, an ancient secret that would soon awaken to torment those who dared to enter. In the heart of the school, a forgotten corridor lay hidden behind layers of dust and disrepair. The air in this neglected passage seemed to hum with an unsettling energy, and the flickering fluorescent lights cast long, ominous shadows on the cracked linoleum floor. The students called it the Whispering Corridor, a name earned from the unsettling murmurs that seemed to emerge from the very walls themselves. Emily, a new transfer student, found herself drawn to the mystery of the Whispering Corridor. As she navigated the maze-like hallways of St. Agnes on her first day, a peculiar sensation tugged at her curiosity. The other students exchanged hushed warnings about the corridor, but Emily's sense of adventure propelled her forward. One afternoon, when the school was cloaked in an eerie silence, Emily ventured into the Whispering Corridor. The air grew colder with each step, and the oppressive weight of unseen eyes bore down on her. Murmurs, like distant cries of anguish, seeped through the walls, but Emily pressed on, her curiosity overpowering the growing sense of unease. As she reached the corridor's end, a mysterious door stood ajar. The room beyond was a forgotten library, filled with dusty books and ancient artifacts. In the center of the room, a weathered tome beckoned to her. Its pages, inscribed with cryptic symbols, seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Against her better judgment, Emily opened the book, unleashing a malevolent force that had long been imprisoned within the school's walls. Shadows danced across the room, coalescing into a spectral figure that spoke in haunting whispers. The entity revealed the school's dark history, a tragic tale of betrayal, revenge, and a curse that bound the spirits of the past to the present. The spirits, awakened by Emily's unwitting actions, began to manifest throughout the school. Their anguished cries echoed through the hallways, and their ghostly apparitions appeared in classrooms and deserted corners. The once vibrant atmosphere of St. Agnes High School transformed into a realm of perpetual twilight, where the boundaries between the living and the dead blurred. As the spirits sought vengeance for the wrongs of the past, Emily found herself at the center of the supernatural maelstrom. Shadows clung to her every step, and ghostly hands reached out from the darkness. The school, once a bastion of education, became a labyrinth of terror where every classroom held a new nightmare and every whisper in the halls foretold impending doom. Days turned into nights, and Emily's once normal high school existence twisted into a waking nightmare. Sleep offered no solace, as haunting dreams intertwined with the spectral reality of St. Agnes. The boundary between the living and the dead blurred further as the vengeful spirits intensified their grip on the forsaken halls. Emily, desperate to unravel the curse that she had unwittingly unleashed, delved into the forbidden history of St. Agnes. The dusty archives revealed a tale of betrayal and tragedy that traced back to the school's founding. A former headmistress, scorned and betrayed, had invoked dark forces to avenge her suffering, cursing the institution for eternity. Determined to break the curse, Emily sought allies among her peers. A group of students, drawn together by the spectral happenings, agreed to assist her in confronting the malevolent spirits. Each had encountered the supernatural in their own way, from phantom footsteps in empty corridors to ghastly faces glimpsed in reflective surfaces. Together, they ventured into the whispering corridor, guided by the ancient tome's cryptic instructions. The air grew thicker with every step, and the ghostly whispers intensified, revealing fragments of the spirit's agonizing stories. The group, now a reluctant cadre of ghost hunters, faced a series of trials as they traversed the haunted school, each challenge designed to test their courage and resilience. As they neared the heart of the curse, the spectral figure that had first manifested before Emily appeared again. Its voice, now clearer, recounted the headmistress's tale of betrayal and the subsequent suffering that had consumed her soul. The group learned that only by confronting the headmistress's spirit and offering restitution for the ancient wrongs could they hope to quell the vengeful forces that plagued Saint Agnes. The climax unfolded in the forsaken library, where the headmistress's apparition materialized before them. Her eyes, filled with centuries of sorrow and anger, bore into Emily. The group, armed with newfound knowledge and a shared determination, pleaded for forgiveness and offered to rectify the ancient betrayal. In that moment, the atmosphere shifted. The malevolent energy that had saturated the school began to dissipate, replaced by a profound stillness. The headmistress's spirit, touched by the sincerity of their plea, granted forgiveness, and the curse that had haunted Saint Agnes for centuries lifted. As dawn broke, the group emerged from the whispering corridor, the once haunted halls now bathed in the warm light of morning. Saint Agnes High School, liberated from its spectral shackles, stood silent but transformed. Emily and her fellow ghost hunters, forever bound by the harrowing experiences they shared, looked back at the school, grateful for the closure they had brought to the restless spirits. Yet, as they stepped into the daylight, whispers lingered in the wind, a reminder that the stories etched into the school's history would forever echo in the halls of St. Agnes. Midnight Academy, an old school nestled at the edge of a dense forest, had a reputation for secrecy and a history stained with unspoken horrors. Its towering spires and ivy-covered walls exuded an air of mystique, concealing the mysteries that lurked within its shadowy corridors. Jessica, a transfer student with a penchant for the paranormal, felt an inexplicable draw to Midnight Academy. Her arrival coincided with a series of strange occurrences, unexplained whispers in the hallways, flickering lights, and a lingering chill that pervaded the air. Undeterred, Jessica began to unravel the school's enigmatic past. One evening, driven by an insatiable curiosity, Jessica ventured into the abandoned music room, a place that had long been sealed off from prying eyes. The door creaked open, revealing a forgotten chamber where dusty instruments lay dormant, and faded sheet music adorned the walls. As she explored, a peculiar melody echoed through the room, a ghostly choir that seemed to resonate from another realm. Drawn to the haunting music, Jessica uncovered a hidden passage behind a cracked mirror. The corridor led her to a secret chamber adorned with strange symbols and ancient rituals. In the center of the room stood a spectral choir, ethereal figures swaying to the haunting melody. Among them was the ghost of a former music teacher, eyes filled with sorrow and a voice that spoke of a tragedy that had befallen the school years ago. The teacher's tale unfolded: a forbidden love affair, a jealous rival, and an untimely death that condemned the choir to a spectral existence. Jessica, now entwined in the school's tragic history, vowed to free the tormented spirits and bring peace to Midnight Academy. Determined to unravel the mysteries shrouding Midnight Academy, Jessica sought allies among her classmates. A group of eclectic students, each with their own peculiar experiences, joined her quest to liberate the spectral choir and confront the unresolved tragedies that lingered within the school's walls. As the group delved deeper into the secrets of Midnight Academy, the spectral choir's haunting melodies intensified. Unseen forces guided their journey, revealing hidden passages and unlocking long-forgotten rooms. The students encountered ethereal apparitions that whispered tales of heartbreak and betrayal, each spirit longing for closure. Guided by the cryptic revelations, Jessica and her companions uncovered an ancient artifact, an enchanted violin that played the haunting melody that bound the spectral choir. Legend spoke of its creation by a tormented musician seeking solace for his lost love. The violin, a conduit for the ethereal energies that permeated Midnight Academy, held the key to breaking the spectral curse. As midnight approached, the group assembled in the abandoned music room. The air thickened with anticipation as Jessica, the violin in hand, played the melancholic tune. The spectral choir materialized, their voices joining in a mournful symphony that echoed through the chamber. The room quivered with ethereal energy as the unresolved spirits confronted the pain of their past. In a climactic moment, the ghostly figures converged around Jessica, their ephemeral hands guiding her in a dance that transcended the boundaries of the living and the dead. The enchanted violin sang a requiem that resonated with the spirit's anguish, weaving a tapestry of emotions that embraced both sorrow and release. With the final notes lingering in the air, the spectral choir dissipated, their ethereal forms finding peace at last. Midnight Academy, once veiled in a shroud of sorrow, radiated a newfound tranquility. The haunting melodies that had echoed through the halls transformed into a gentle breeze, carrying the whispers of gratitude from the liberated spirits. As dawn broke, Jessica and her companions emerged from the music room, the weight of the school's history lifted. Midnight Academy, no longer bound by the echoes of its tragic past, stood as a testament to the transformative power of compassion and the unyielding resilience of the human spirit. Yet, as Jessica looked back at the ivy-covered walls and towering spires, she couldn't shake the feeling that Midnight Academy, with its secrets unearthed, would forever hold a place in her heart, a haunting melody that lingered in the recesses of her memory. Ravenhurst Preparatory School, a grand institution with a storied past, stood majestically on a hill overlooking the quaint town of Ravensbrook. Despite its prestigious reputation, rumors of a haunted library persisted among the students. Amelia, a bookish and adventurous student, couldn't resist the allure of the arcane tales surrounding the Ravenhurst Library. Late one evening, as the shadows lengthened and the moon cast an ethereal glow over the campus, Amelia entered the library. Ancient leather-bound books lined the shelves, their spines bearing witness to centuries of forgotten knowledge. The air was heavy with the scent of aged parchment and the promise of untold secrets. Amelia, guided by an unseen force, discovered a concealed door behind a dusty bookshelf. Intrigued and fueled by curiosity, she stepped into a hidden chamber, the cryptic library. The room exuded an otherworldly energy, and the shelves were filled with tomes bearing cryptic symbols that seemed to writhe with life. As Amelia perused the shelves, a spectral librarian materialized. His eyes, filled with both wisdom and sadness, met hers. He spoke of a forgotten covenant, an ancient agreement that bound the knowledge within the cryptic library to the spirits of Ravenhurst. The librarian implored Amelia to uncover the secrets that lingered in the shadows, promising that the truth would set both the living and the dead free. Intrigued by the librarian's revelation, Amelia embarked on a quest to unravel the mysteries of Ravenhurst Preparatory School. The spectral librarian, her guide through the labyrinthine corridors of the cryptic library, revealed hidden passages and ancient scrolls that chronicled the school's arcane history. Amelia soon discovered that Ravenhurst was founded centuries ago by a secret society known as the Order of the Binding Oath. The society sought to bridge the gap between the realms of the living and the dead, pledging to safeguard the knowledge within the cryptic library at the cost of a binding oath, connecting their spirits to the school for all eternity. As she delved deeper, Amelia uncovered the existence of the Oath Keepers, former members of the Order who, even in death, guarded the secrets of the cryptic library. These spirits, tethered to Ravenhurst, yearned for release from their ethereal chains. Guided by the librarian and fueled by a determination to bring peace to the restless spirits, Amelia gathered a group of courageous students willing to confront the supernatural forces that gripped Ravenhurst. Together, they sought to uncover the nature of the binding oath and release the Oath Keepers from their spectral duties. The group faced a series of trials, solving cryptic puzzles and deciphering ancient runes scattered throughout the school. As midnight approached, they reached the heart of Ravenhurst, the Chamber of Oaths, a sacred space where the binding rituals had taken place for centuries. Within the chamber, the spirits of the Oath Keepers materialized. Their eyes, filled with a spectral glow, reflected both gratitude and a profound yearning for liberation. The binding oath, etched into the very fabric of the school, resonated with an otherworldly energy as Amelia and her companions endeavored to break its centuries-old hold. Amelia, holding a relic from the cryptic library, recited an incantation that echoed through the chamber. The air quivered, and the binding oath began to unravel. The spirits of the Oath Keepers, freed from their spectral shackles, ascended with ethereal grace, their forms dissolving into the cosmic tapestry that spanned the realms of the living and the dead. As dawn bathed Ravenhurst in a gentle light, the cryptic library seemed to sigh with relief. The arcane energy that had lingered in the shadows transformed into a soothing breeze, carrying with it the whispers of gratitude from the liberated spirits. Ravenhurst, no longer bound by the weight of the binding oath, stood as a testament to the resilience of the living and the redemption of the departed. Amelia, having unveiled the secrets of the cryptic library and brought closure to the Oath Keepers, looked upon Ravenhurst with a newfound sense of serenity. The library, once a nexus of mystery and the supernatural, now stood as a sanctuary of knowledge, its shelves filled with tales of both the living and the dead, forever intertwined in the pages of Ravenhurst's history.